Hello folks, welcome back to the Major Arcana Explained with Movies show. So this series follows up with all the major arcana cards, 22 of them in the tarot, and focuses on learning the meanings and association behind the major arcana, and we aid that learning process by associating a movie to the card. So this is purely educational, and we try to work on the association so that it's easier when you apply them to your readings, to your interpretations. So recalling a movie may prove to be easier than simply memory work, and we hope to achieve just that with this series. With this, I hope you guys appreciate this series and subscribe to the channel for more future updates. It will provide massive support to create future contents just like this for the tarot and for the metaphysics learning of other topics like within the feng shui space and 八字. So do check out my website at aaronfoocg.com for more details of our services as well. So let's zoom into the tarot. So here let's take a look at the images from the three decks, the Tarot of the Divine, the Tarot of the Elves, and the Rider-Waite deck. So let's zoom into the tarot. Here let's take a look at the images from the three decks, the Tarot of the Divine, the Tarot of the Elves, and the Rider-Waite deck. So just to bring this up to you to see clearer. So this is from the Tarot of the Elves. And then we have the Tarot of the Divine, the Lover's card. And just take a look at the images and how these three decks of different images, but how they try to convey the same kind of messages. So as we can see here, this is the Rider-Waite deck. The Lover's card actually depicts like naked people, a man and a woman standing just in front of an angel, or rather just beneath the angel. So this angel is actually Archangel Raphael. So the meaning of Raphael, this name actually represents healing from God. So healing from both physically and emotionally healing. So in this image, Raphael blesses the man and woman here and reminds them of their union with the spirit itself, with the universe itself. So let's take a look at the surroundings. So both of them actually stand on top of a beautiful and large and fertile ground. So as you can see here. And there is a huge mountain at the back. So behind the woman stands a fruit tree. So you look on the left here. So there is a fruit tree that looks like an apple tree, and there's a snake winding its way up to the trunk. So this snake and fruit tree actually refers to the temptations one might feel that will sway one's attention away from the universe or from the divine. And let's look at on the right side where the man is standing. So behind the man actually stands another tree, and this time this tree is a tree of flames. So the flames actually represent passion, represents lust, with which is the primary concern of a man. There are 12 flames on the tree in this image over here. So these 12 flames actually represent the 12 zodiacs, which symbolizes eternity. So the man is looking at a woman and the temptations. So while the woman watches the angel, she is looking up at the angel, depicting the connection between the conscious and subconscious mind. She looking up actually depicts also the bridge between the physical desire and emotional needs to the spiritual concerns. So the huge mountain in the background depicts the eruption of passion when man and woman meet in full nudity. So the Lover's card primarily refer to these meaningful friendships or relationships and it represents our conscious connections. So if you see this card in a reading, if the reading shows the Lover's card, it shows that you have a beautiful connection with a loved one. It could be a family member, it could be a spouse, etc. So there is high possibility this loved one could be your soulmate, and the sexual energy between both of you goes beyond lust and the superficial or the practical stuff. So it represents a very deep connection where love, where respect and compassion actually flows. So the Lovers on a deeper level is a card of open communication and honesty. So going back to the image, we you can see both parties are actually naked. They have nothing to hide, and both are willing to be in their most vulnerable state next to each other. So meaning they have opened up everything and showed both parties their truest feelings. So there is this very powerful bond between these two. And on a more personal level, the lovers represent getting clear about your values and belief. So it means you have to be authentic to yourself and honest with your heart and soul about the choices you made for yourself. So at an even deeper level, the lovers is all about choices. Who you have picked to connect with, what you stand for or fight for, and what you ignore. So to make good and responsible choices, you have to stay true to your own principles and beliefs. So you define your own black and white and you stick close to it. So even when your value system is, say, challenged by others, you have to retain that honesty with yourself. So you would not make a decision that is based out of guilt or based off worry or fear. Okay, so lastly, the lovers cards actually signifies unity. It brings together two parts, two very different parts, and allow this union to solidify. So as you can see here, and it allows them to harmonize. Both sides are very different sides with different personalities and character traits, just like a man and a woman. So, but when you accept both sides of the story, you accept the dualities, you create this unmistakable and unbreakable union. So, the movie that we're going to cover today is The Fault in Our Stars. And so, just like the movie The Fault in the Stars showed us, it represents the lover's card very clearly. So we can bring this image, you just remember this image to all the different parts of the following movie clips that I'm going to show you. Fault in Our Stars. Why do I pick this? Because this is a story about a lady called Hazel and a gentleman called Gus. They fell in love with each other. So this lady has a very special medical condition, a thyroid cancer, and it has spread it to her lungs. So her mom was worrying about her mental health at such a devastating and such a shocking news to her. So the mom sent her to a support group in hope that it would actually aid her in lifting her spirits. So at this support group, she met Gus. So Gus is another cancer patient, and both of them were drawn together by chance over common hobbies in reading, and they agreed to read each other's favorite books. So there was a favorite book of Hazel that mirrors her own life very much and her own experiences. And Gus actually realized that, so Gus found out. So he has to do something. And so Gus arranged for a meeting with the author of her favorite book to make her happy, of course. So the author of this book actually resides in Amsterdam, and both of them were in the US. So both of them actually planned a trip to travel all the way to Amsterdam. So initially, Hazel's doctor was not very supportive of this trip, but after much consideration of Hazel's wealth and Hazel's well-being, the doctor gave the green light for this trip. So both of them went to Amsterdam, and Gus actually confessed his love for Hazel. Their love story actually blossomed from there. And despite the health challenges both were facing, they displayed huge courage to love, and they made these whole choices, even with the knowledge that it might be short lived. So Gus told Hazel that his cancer has returned in Amsterdam, and this time it is terminal and has spread to his entire body. Of course, Hazel was heartbroken at the news. So 8 days later, Gus unfortunately passed on, and Hazel learns that Gus had written an obituary for her, and it states that getting hurt in this world is unavoidable, but they did get to choose whom they allow to hurt them, and that he is happy with his choice, and he hopes that she likes her choice too. And Hazel replied yes, stating she is happy with her choice. The Lover's card actually coincides with this movie in a lot of matters. So this Lover's card is all about choices. It's about honesty. It's about honesty within these choices. So the choices aren't made out of guilt, worry, or fear. So these are honest feelings that actually form the foundation of this strong union. Though it is short-lived, but this is very true, and they are very honest with themselves. So the movies has actually shown qualities of the Lover's card in great magnitude. So there was deep love, there was huge respect, and very great communication with one another. So this bond and this union shows both parties being very authentic and very sincere in their feelings and affection with each other. And it showcases the massive bond between these two. So the movie actually ended with Hazel looking into the stars and stating she is happy with her choice. So what a great movie for the lovers cut. So I hope this episode has given you more insight to the lovers and you actually aided in your learning journey. So click the subscribe button and stay tuned for more episodes every week. Take care in the meantime and see you soon.